Thank you everybody for coming today. Your support is absolutely essential, as Tony and Rosa have been saying. On the cover of our presentation, you can see some photographs of the young people that we're trying to help. Young people who either are or may have to spend many hours traveling away from where they were to schools elsewhere in Hong Kong. I think it goes without saying that a school is the heart of a community. Our children are our future, and we need to provide for them. They need to be educated or to have the choice to go to school here in Mui Wo. You already know why we need a new school, but Rosa and I are just trying to look at some of the numbers again, because a lot of people have been saying to us, oh, you don't have the numbers. But actually, this isn't true. The 2006 census estimated 15,000 people in South Atlanta, of whom 2,500 were full-time students. There's a planning estimate forecast for 2017, which is just 8 years away, estimating that there will be 17,000 people living in South Atlanta. And I think that we have seen the new buildings going up, especially around Chung Sha and in Guio. And then recently, the South Atlanta Education Concern Group, with the help of the Mui Rural Committee, did a survey. I think some of you probably filled out the forms. And we estimate that there are at least 100 local students in each secondary year group who need secondary education, who are travelling away from Mui Wo every day. And that's not including Peng Chau, and it's not including children who might want to come from elsewhere in the Southern Bay. The travelling time is extensive. It's 3 to 4 hours a day for some children. For my own daughter, it's up to 3 hours some days. And if you travel on the ferries in the afternoon, and you see children either struggling to do their homework or asleep on the ferry, you can see what a terrible toll that long distance takes every day. I'm sure some people here have looked at the weather forecast and wondered if there's a typhoon coming, wondered whether it's safe to send their child to school, wondered what to do about that important exam that's coming up, and you don't know whether you have to put your child on the ferry in the typhoon to do that exam, or whether you keep them at home. The travelling is a major difficulty, and it's very expensive. I'm sure that many people here have to budget in their monthly budgets for the travelling costs of their children to go to Hong Kong Island or to Dungeon or the New Territories. And of course, that means that the children have less time to spend with parents, with grandparents. They can't get involved in local activities because they get back to Mui Wo too late in the evening, and at weekends probably they are too tired to do things. Then we come to the non-Chinese speaking children. Well, why, might you ask, does this matter? Because after all, the non-Chinese are a minority and perhaps they're not very important. But actually, 1/3 of school children in Mui Wo don't speak Chinese at home, and although the teachers are doing their very best to help them, it's a struggle for everybody. It's a struggle for the children, it's difficult for the teachers, and of course the Chinese-speaking children will lose time, teacher time, because the teachers are trying to help the non-Chinese speakers. At the same time, there's a huge opportunity here. A lot of non-Chinese speakers really want their children to learn Chinese because we all know it's the language of the 21st century. So you have a lot of parents putting their children into Chinese medium schools at the age of 4 so they can really learn to read or write. At the same time, Chinese-speaking children benefit from a good opportunity to learn English because English does remain the main language of business and commerce throughout the world. So here in our multicultural environment, we've got a huge opportunity to benefit all sections of the community through primary school has buildings that are 70 years old. It urgently needs to have its facilities upgraded because there are not enough toilets. It needs a computer room. It needs other facilities in order to equip the young people for the demands of secondary education in the 21st century. Answer to the need for a new school, it is to set one up in the school building. What we're suggesting is to have a new school with a primary and secondary section, what's sometimes called in English a through-train school, which will go from 5 to 17 or 18. We would aim to have two main parallel streams, a Chinese stream, that's the Chinese medium of instruction, or CMI, and an English stream, that's the English medium of instruction. With choice for parents to decide whether their children will be better off in the Chinese or the English medium. We would hope to be able to relocate Moiwa Primary School into the new building and to provide one Chinese medium of instruction class and one English stream. At secondary level, we would look to have two Chinese classes and continue one English class. We'd have strong emphasis with flexibility, of course, on both languages. We would follow the new Hong Kong diploma syllabus, but then we would look to make adaptation in the English section, for example, looking at the option of GCSEs and A-levels as appropriate.